Hello, Sister Wayland. This is Stephen Rodriguez, all the way from California. I am here to present some arguments against your initial post. Before I share any, I want to first thank you for your presentation. I appreciate it. I think it was well thought out. I think you definitely have a great understanding of a congregational plural elder rule. So thank you for that. Now, having said that, from my position, I don't as we know, as we've read in the books, we've read in articles, um, essentially nobody has it right. The church, we know the New Testament is not a systematic book of theology. We all agree that. Nobody will disagree. We all agree that nobody has it right when it comes to ecclesiology. What we have is we have different interpretations of the same scriptures. We all interpret Acts chapter 15 differently. We all see it in our own lens, in our own historical context. So, given those things, I must say that the plural elder congregational polity is good. However, I mean it does. There is a strong case for shared wisdom. There's a strong case for accountability, and I am in high favor of accountability. There is a great demonstration of pastoral care, pastoral authority, or pastoral care, pastoral accountability is what I was saying, and stability. In the absence or the departure of one of the elders, the leadership structure remains intact. It provides stability during uncertainty. So in those respects, I do agree with you. Now, having said that, I mean, again, I am in favor of checks and balances. However, the cons, in my opinion, just far outweigh the pros. Uh, Primarily, within a single elder congregational led polity, the main deterrent that I see is that there could become there's a, I mean, how do I say it? You could easily come to conflicts. You can easily create conflicts without a decision. It's almost as if there's a church board, much like a almost much like a company where the CEO does have power. However, he could be voted out by the board if he doesn't do the right things, and if they lose confidence, he could be voted out. And what does that say about a pastor? I mean, what if the elders, if confidence is lost with the elders, with the ruling elders, they can in fact vote him out. And if he's truly called by God, they have to understand that the churches are going to go through ups and downs. So there could be a creation of conflict, also disagreements amongst the elders, which leads to conflicts within the leadership teams, which can create tension within the congregation because the elders don't get along, and the pastor has no authority to say what he needs to say. Also, something that I don't find favorably in the plural elder congregations polity is that there could be a consensus challenge. What I mean by that is that whenever there's an important decision to be made, there could be strongly held differing opinions, and it can get into a boardroom debacle. There needs to be a voice of reason. The pastor should have the authority to make choices. But what I'm hearing with this other system, the plural elder rule, is that they could override him. So basically, they got the pastor in a little corner, and they say, "Look, we want you to preach, we want you to teach, but when it comes to big decisions, that's our choice. That's our That's our, it's going to be what we want. And that can never, that's not going to go well. How would that make a pastor feel? He's there to be a pastor, to lead the congregation. And it's almost like he's to minister to the people, but he reports to the elders. So there could be some type of contentious challenge. There also could be some decision-making delays. The need for collective agreement may slow down a decision-making process. In other words, how much power does the pastor have? If he wants to call a revival, does he have to wait until the entire church board can meet till he can call a revival? The pastor is the leader. He's the one praying. God is speaking to. He is the angel of the church. And if he feels that there should be a revival, or they feel that they should have a camp meeting, or they feel like they should do X, but the elders say they don't want to do X, they want to do Y, this can create friction. It could create unnecessary tension within the leadership. And once the congregation figures it out, they know exactly who to play. They know exactly what string to play, what string to harp on. And ultimately, what I think is that in this plural elder congregation, is that ultimately there's a potential for schism, a potential for factionism. That's right. Be careful, you end up in my sermons. There's a potential for factionism, division, schisms, a power struggle, 2 or 3 board members against the other 2 or 3. And, it could lead between a schism within the leadership team, frustrations, stalemates. And for that matter, I know that others argue, well, is it one? Is it, or how many elders are we talking? 3, 5, 7, 9? Is it a set number? Who sets the number? Is there a biblical term for the number? And I understand that it's basically up to each church in their bylaws to decide. But I would also ask the question, who installs the elders? Who selects the elders? Is it like the POTUS, the President of the United States? Is he the one who wants to expand it? We're going from 7 to 9 to sway the votes. Maybe he wants to stuff, how do they say, he wants to put more people who are his yes men, and there's, I don't know. It just seems like it could be a little political. Maybe if he's always losing in the arguments, 2 to 3. Well, what if he wants to put 2 more elders that he's got in his back pocket, and now it's 5 to 3 in his favor? Just like we've seen in our nation with the past Trump leadership. He wanted to put 2 more. It creates a stir because he wanted to. It could become like that, where it could be a political circus, and the attention of vision, spiritual leadership, and authority is kind of put in the back seats. And what you don't have is that you don't have clear accountability. And that's kind of what I have to say. I hope you receive it well. And well, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you soon. God bless.